Okay, so we do have, let me see. We have some additions to the agenda. We'd like to add 5.06, accept resignation of Claudia Powers. 5.07, declare vacancy for board position number 3. That would be Claudia's. 5.08, approve shoreline education for awareness flyer. 5.09, approve Stillwater Natives Nursery flyer. And then we're going to add 5.10, which is voting on open complaints.
I make a motion to amend as we needed to.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Passes. Thank you.
We'll go auditor then.
We have the auditor presentation, so we're trying to get that hooked up. We're waiting. Do we have any public input for items on the agenda? Okay, that was easy. Okay, this is 1.1, Umpqua Valley Financial Audit Presentation.
Hello, can you guys hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I am having our CPA hop on right now. We had some issues getting in using the link, but we were able to get that figured out. But I do want to start by saying, so my name is Savannah. I am communications manager for Quah Valley Financial. We have been doing the audit for Bandon for a couple years now. Working with Amanda, who we previously worked with through another school district. She has been a pleasure to work with throughout this whole thing. Also, knowing that your guys' team, she has had very, very high praise for all of you who have helped her along the way. And then, of course, the board for all of the pesky inquiries that we send out in hopes that you guys do fill them out. I do apologize for those. Unfortunately, we are required to send them. I wish I didn't have to. Um, but anyway, I do want to go through. So Ash, our CPA, will be presenting the audit. We do have a little slideshow for you guys. We will try not to take up too much of your time. We know you have a lot of important things to go over, and you've already reviewed the audit report. It was a clean audit. Everything looked great. We got everything in a timely fashion. Communication was great, especially, from Amanda back and forth. So there's really nothing bad that we can say about the district. And we do thank the board for, volunteering your time and really just being there for the district, giving your feedback, helping us get information as we need. Um, so again, just really high praise for you all. I am going to pass this over to Ash. I think if she's not already, she'll need to be on as a panelist so that she can share her screen if we can do that.
Hi, Sav. I'm able to share the screen. So let me do that real quick. I think I need to send in request to share the screen. Okay, perfect. All right. Let me know if everyone can see my screen. All right. Thanks, Savannah, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to present this audit report. As always, I would like to thank Amanda and the team for the excellent organization and responsiveness throughout the audit. Just to give a quick overall, let me see if I can change slide. Just to give a quick overall aspect of the audit, we are required to do a significant number of procedures, including making inquiries, gaining basic understanding of the district, the internal controls, policies, and procedures. We also test the accuracy of transactions, verify the account balances, review a wide range of records. While we are on site for the field work, we review the process on the internal controls and perform the walkthroughs to confirm if those controls are accurate and if they're working perfectly. Overall, these are just a few significant procedures we perform in our audit process. Moving on page I of the audit report is the opinions on the audit report. We have issued an unmodified opinion for all but the governmental activities. There is a qualified opinion for governmental activities due to not being report on the new accounting standards such as OPEB, lease, and CBITAS. However, there are no material misstatement in the financial statements. So I would consider this as a clean report. Does anybody have any questions so far? Moving on, just a quick a review on the statement of net position. There has not been a huge change in the net position from prior year to current year. There, however, just been about 0.2% decrease from prior year, which is not that great. It's only about $20,000. Overall, the net position of the district is moving in the positive direction. Looking into the statement of activities, which is technically just profit and loss, there's just a negative change in the net position. But again, overall, the revenues and expenses are pretty much aligned with what it was last year. And finally, the budget versus actuals for general fund. The actual revenues were 220,000 less than was budgeted. That means we had more revenue come in than what it was budgeted, and expenditures were 2.6 million less than what was actually budgeted. Overall, the general fund balance is positive, and that's what we look for. And finally, the single audit. So the district was subject to a single audit. However, there are no findings on the single audit. So overall, the financial statements, it's clean report, no material misstatement, and single audit, we have not found any findings as well. I would wrap it up here. Does anybody have any questions?
Doesn't look like we have any questions. Thank you so much.
Okay. Alrighty, thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like to give a huge shout out to Amanda. Thank you so much. I know those audits are a lot of work. All right, now we're on 2.0. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we did that already. 2.01, approve corrected board meetings for November 17th. May I have a motion? A second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. 2.02, approve work session minutes for December 8th. May I have a motion? Second. All those in favor? Discussion? All right, thank you. 2.03, approve regular board minute meetings for December 8th. May I have a motion? I have a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, we have information right there, board reports, enrollment.
And kids less than we were last month. This is the time where we'll usually see some fluctuation, and at semester time, some come in at semester, some go out at semester. We're still higher than what we ended last year. We're still higher than what we projected to start this year. So I feel like we're still doing all right. I wanted to talk about the district at a glance. If I know that AJ will probably have questions, but I also wanted to make aware of that the admin team have been meeting. We are looking at changes that will happen next year. These are the same conversations that we started to have. We have people that want to be in different places. We have people that will be leaving after this year to be closer to family. We have some that may retire or may just resign. And so we will be looking at absorbing as many positions as we can, like we did this year. We absorbed 6 certified positions. We absorbed 5 classified positions. In the future, there could be admin, classified, and certified positions that we absorb in this next school year. And that's to keep our budget balanced. That's to keep, as enrollment goes down, we have more staff than what we had at 750. So we'll still continue to shrink. And I know that some people have made the statement that, well, we didn't make that many changes this year. We didn't fire anybody, which that's the intention of absorbing, is to not fire people, to hopefully gradually come to where we can afford the staff that we have. That's why we don't have classes with 3 and 4 kids in it unless it's a specialty class. Any class needs to be 10 or more. So we made that change. That's why when we absorb positions, that's why people have to move around. And when we absorb 6 positions, those spots still need to be filled with other people. So bringing down class sizes that were 4, 5, 6, and 7 kids that we no longer have, those certain teachers would not have a full schedule. And so some of them were teaching other periods of different subject areas, 37 out of 40 actually. And we will continue to do that in this next year, but I wanted that to be said so in public, this is what we did last year, this is what we're doing again this year. I know principals already sent an email out to staff to say, what would you, what is your preference? So we're getting that piece of it. We've had a great input about things that teachers would like to do. We have some that would like to move from elementary to middle school. So we have some great conversations the principals are having, which is where the conversations happen, is the staff and the principals. And so I just want people to be aware when we do make changes that we've started talking about it in January, that these changes will be made. We also have requested to put a calendar committee together, and a parent can be on that committee as well to get input, because it affects everybody in our community, not just admin team, not just our teachers, but it actually affects everybody. And so we want a voice from our classified, our certified, our departments, because transportation also, our calendar affects them, and also our community. So you are invited, if you would like to do that, to please give your name to Connie Roberts, and she will put you on the list, and then we will get a schedule out so those people can come and meet and have input. Once we have a draft, according to the contractual agreement of the certified, we will send the draft out to them, and they will be able to have input. They do not decide the calendar, but they will have input on and suggestions that they can make. And then the calendar will ultimately go in front of the board, and the board will stamp its approval for us to have the calendar for next school year. We always start this early. Last year with negotiations, we couldn't start. It really was quite late in the game to do a lot of things. Just because we didn't know if we were going to have every Friday a half day, because that's what the union wanted, which throws the schedule way off if you're going to have every half day Friday, because we have to have enough hours for students. So those were things that we couldn't really make a done deal until after we knew exactly where the calendar would sit after negotiations. And this year's calendar is fairly okay, but we've had some certified staff that would like some changes in it. And so we would like the input of that. Do you have any questions on?
I only have a couple of questions and comments. First off, thank you, Jim, for stepping up and becoming our coach for 8th grade. My boy thanks you, and thank you for Brent for jumping on the water in our on our gym floors and getting the pros on that. My boy's coming home tired, and it's great that he's able to. So thank you guys for jumping on and taking care of our kids. In your people's reports, principal reports, I did notice there's a lot of clubs and activities and fundraisers going on. Anybody care to touch on some of those? There's leadership stuff.
I will tell you at Harbor Lights, our leadership team has gotten together with the office and behavior team. We are looking at doing fundraisers that are going to kind of increase school spirit while also increasing some fundraising opportunities so that we can focus on beautifying our campus. I don't know if any of y'all have noticed, but it's not quite as bright and cheery as it is at the elementary school. And so we have been in touch with a mural artist that worked with Courtney Wayner in the elementary school. And but we don't want the fundraising opportunities to be just how can we get some money. We also want to increase school spirit. So at the end of January, we're doing a dance-a-thon. I don't know how much time y'all have spent with middle schoolers, but there's nothing they like more than getting up and moving and showing off those great dance moves. And so we're going to try to capitalize on that.
Oh my goodness.
And we are looking at finding ways that we can increase morale, not just with kids, but with staff, and get back to having a good time at school. The hard work of learning will still happen, but we can do it with a smile.
I ended up having to work late, but there was sweet speeches. Anybody care to comment on the sweet speeches? Yeah, you. I know you talking is so hard.
Cool.
I know.
Okay. Sweet speeches was actually like so fun. It was so fun to see everyone, like, especially since it was like, I believe the first one of the year, everyone got together and there was just such high energy, and it was so fun to see, especially people I care about just on stage doing their thing, and they did a great job. If we have any speech people here, which I don't see, great job y'all. Like, y'all did great.
Thank you. I'm keeping it short, but we do have 7 kids going to band up WIBC. Sam? 7 kids? 7 kids.
Yeah, so that is invitation only. Dave Weston told me it was the largest group he's been able to send in years. And as always, the community came out and a lot of different organizations helped chip in to make sure that those students had the opportunity to go to Seattle, spend the night in Seattle, eat in Seattle, so that you can hear the cash register ringing. But they were able to learn from some world-class musicians and bring that talent back here to Bandon.
I appreciate our community stepping up and supporting our band kids because it's band done. So
I steal that line from you every chance I get.
I appreciate the fact that you stole it. I stole it from some coaches that were playing basketball, commenting on our great pep band. So at the moment, that is all I have. Thank you guys for all your reports. I know they are fun.
Hey, I'm going to give a shout out to Brent because I got a phone call last week as my other volunteer gig, the Booster Club president. And we've got like the new concession stand on the way. Super exciting. I mean, it does. I haven't shared it with that board yet that we have a deadline to empty the other one, but so we'll get some work in before the yeah.
And just a side note, the concession stand was a donation that was by one of our grants. So that is how that was funded. I also wanted to say it is January, so it is Board Appreciation Month. So we would like to say, especially this year, that's been a difficult year. Thank you so much for your service. We know you do not get paid enough. Those hidden stipends, you know. Anyways, we just wanted to say thank you. There is some things here that the kids, there is a sign over there. We just wanted to say thank you so much for the service that you do for our community and our school, and especially for our students.
One last thing before we move on, Jim, I just wanted to thank you guys all so much for your hard work at the Bandon Dunes Holiday Invitational Basketball Tournament. That is 3 long days of people, of activities. The booster club's bringing food all 3 days. Barry Winters over there, you were there like 12 hours a day, right? 12 hours, 3 days in a row. So thank you very much, Barry and Jody, for your service at that tournament as well.
Yeah, I would like to just add on to that, thank Booster Club for the hospitality room for our coaches and all that as well. And then also for my secretary, Sheena. She's the one who lines up a lot of the workers and all that kind of stuff. And she puts in countless hours as well. So really give a big shout out to Sheena on that one.
Okay, before we move on, we've got Lindy in your report.
Yes, I do. So the first thing, of course, to report on is we made it through the first week after winter break. Good job, us. That was very fun to be back. I don't have much to report on because of said break, but like as we already mentioned, there was sweet speeches last Saturday. I was so glad just to go and just again, everyone did so great. It was so fun to see what they came up with. I was laughing so hard. It was awesome. And this continuing off of the speech kids, over break they actually had like a little fundraiser for speech where they did gift wrapping. So that some kids from speech went out and they helped gift wrap for people for Christmas. So that I heard turned out very well. And something else just at the high school was NHS actually helped out with the VFW handing out food. I believe it was December 20th. They helped hand out food up at their VFW hall, which that was really fun and very great. But other than that, just kind of getting back into things and go us, I guess. Like, yeah.
Lists. Thank you so much. 5.01, sorry, 5.0, 5.01, bills in the amount of $238,045.79. May I have a motion? Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. All right. Also want to thank, there wasn't anybody here for the work session, but included in our notes, there's a new way of explaining how all the budget works. We've got great graphs, comparisons to year over year, how things are changing. Again, big shout out to Amanda for learning new software and making things easier for us to understand. So that is new this month, and we got a big explanation of it about an hour ago. So thank you so much for that. Okay, we have 5.02, accept the resignation of John Sullivan, position number 7. May I have a motion?
Accept the resignation of John Sullivan.
Second?
A second.
All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion passes. 5.03, we will be declaring a vacancy for board position number 7. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. 5.0, we can put, I guess we'll come back to that. 5.04, we will be selecting counsel for formal complaints, and we will have, I'll have somebody else do that. AJ is in charge of that.
Yeah, I'm in charge of that. We've had counsel provide us with 3 different names of 3 different potential investigators and investigating companies. And would anybody like to make a motion on any of them?
We,
I will make a motion that we accept Keith Ussery. And talking with him and finding out his fee and his experience, which we all looked up on Linked, he may be the best fit.
Second that.
Call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed?
Connie, I abstain.
Angela abstains. Motion passes. We will be in contact with Keith Ussery for consulting
All
and
right.
investigating.
Where are we on that? Okay, we are now on to 5.05, First Amendment to the Superintendent Employment Contract. Yes.
So people who don't know superintendent contracts, anything that I get has to be approved by the board. So if I was to get paid like for the maintenance position, which I never got paid for, the board would have had to approve that. Any kind of raise, the board has to approve. Any extra payment that I get, the board has to approve if it's not within my contract. I do have copies of my contract. If you also would like a copy of my contract, you can ask Connie. It's a public record. You would be able to see everything and anything in there. I chose not to take the 10% raise that all the teachers got, 7 plus the 3 step. In my contract, it says that I get what the teachers get, which would be the 7 plus the step. It says it right there in my contract. I chose not to take the 10%. I thought that if I took less, the board didn't need to approve it, but our auditor said the board needs to approve it if you take less, and that they have to know that you're the one that is asking to take less and they're not forcing me to take it. So the addendum here is to show that I am not taking the 10%, I'm only taking the 4%. So that's what this amendment is about.
Okay, may I have a motion?
I'm trying to think how to say it. I move that we accept, let me see, where are you?
The first.
That we approve the First Amendment for the superintendent's
May I have a second?
contract.
Second.
I vote for a second in
All right.
the fact that she is choosing it.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. 5.06, accept resignation of Claudia Powers, position number 3. May I have a motion?
To accept it.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. 5.07, declare vacancy for board position number 3. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to declare vacancy for board position 3.
Oh, I have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. For those interested in applying for the open positions, please watch the district Facebook page and website for instructions. We will be taking applications between now and February 4th. That is the Wednesday before the next board meeting. Basically, you'll write a letter to Connie as to why you want to apply to be on the board. And then at that next meeting, so that would be February 10th, I believe, 11th? 9th, I'm sorry. So we'll accept the applications until the 4th, then we'll all get copies of those letters, and then at the next meeting, we will listen to those who applied and then vote for 2 new members.
Just like to say that there are some requirements. You have to be 18, you have to be a registered voter for 20 days. You must have lived in the district for 1 year, minimum of 1 year prior to, I mean, a year before you applied, right? You cannot be an employee of the district. And other than that, I would urge anyone to apply who's interested in taking on this very lowly paid job.
Thank you very much. We'd like to thank both of those members for their contributions to the board. Now we do have 5.08, approve shoreline education for awareness flyer. May I have a motion? Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. 5.09, approve Stillwater Natives Nursery flyer.
I move we approve the Stillwater poster.
May I have a second? All those in favor? Thank you very much. Okay, so 5.10 was one we added. We are going to go over all of the current complaints that are in-house right now. One was received today that was not, we won't be going over it today. We'll be getting to that one. So that did not make the cutoff for today. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are in motion right now. Okay, so the first one is Jen L's for BEA, and that is against the school board for the executive session regarding the grievance. So I'd like to have someone make a motion to proceed on that or to dismiss or to move on. Somebody needs to make a motion.
I vote,
So yeah, so we need to.
I
we
vote
need
to
agree-
dismiss.
Vote to dismiss. All those in favor? All those opposed? Moving on. Number 2, we have Aileen Wilkinson, and that was a complaint against John Sullivan. May I have a motion on that?
I move that we dismiss.
All those in favor? All right, that one opposed. All right. This one, we have a complaint of Shauna Schmier against John Sullivan. May I have a motion?
John Sullivan is from Sonnet. We dismiss.
All those in favor? Opposed? Moving on. We do have this one we will discuss in executive session. It is a complaint by John Sullivan against Shauna Schmier. We do have an anonymous complaint. It was left in the mailbox.
Dismiss.
I'm sorry, dismiss, yes. That one was against Jen Els and the union. We consulted a lawyer and recommended that we take no action as we do not have any say over the union activities. So may I have a motion?
Sorry, vote to dismiss.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All right, that is it. Oh, anything else? 5.01. All right, so now we're doing public input before the
I think that'd be
executive
nice.
session? Okay, I only have one person to speak. Jessica Markham Brink.
Adam has a mic.
My name is Jessica Markham Brink. I am the parent of 2 school-age children in this district, and I want to express my appreciation for the work and time that each of the board members puts into support Bandon School District. I also want to remind each one of you that not everyone in this community has the privilege of being able to volunteer their time. That is why we as a community have elected each one of you to the positions you hold. Whether we voted for you personally, you have sworn to do what is best for all the children in the community. Both of my children have attended school in the Bandon School District since kindergarten. However, my older child is currently enrolled in an online school. I made the decision to enroll my child in an online school out of desperation after many conversations and meetings with principals, teachers, and the school counselor. I never wanted to homeschool my child. It isn't what he needs, but I felt forced into a position as a parent where my child was in a crisis and needed intervention. I was able to take him to a counseling center that provided parents and guardians with a family support specialist whose job it was to help them better support their child. As a result, I decided to have my child assessed for ADHD. Because of the many meetings I had with the district IEP specialist, I didn't expect my child to be diagnosed with ADHD. So I was shocked when that is what happened. However, as I educate myself on what ADHD is and how it affects children, I realized the signs had always been there. My child has struggled with anxiety, depression, and panic attacks throughout his school career. It has adversely affected his ability to receive the education he is entitled to receive. I have communicated my concerns to my child regarding my child's challenges to both the IEP and 504 coordinators on multiple occasions. My child was given a 504 plan, but the accommodations that were provided to him were both punishing and pointless. What good is it for my child to have extra time for assignments when there isn't enough support staff or teacher time for all the students who need extra help and support? It is like some kind of educational Hunger Games. As a parent, I have often felt disrespected, judged, unheard, gaslit, and on one occasion threatened when interacting with school leadership. Instead of the partnership I expected to find at Bandon School District, my concerns were brushed aside. It has led me to understand that there is a pattern of this district administration not being willing to acknowledge that there are students who need to be assessed for learning barriers. Too many of our students are being identified with ADHD, dyslexia, and other barriers in high school. I believe there are many families in this community who have felt frozen out of the district and have been forced to look for alternatives to ensure their children's education. I hope they will speak for themselves and their families to expose the damage that has been caused by the lack of action by people entrusted with the education of their children. It is clear to me that some children and families receive disparate treatment. Not every parent family has this experience.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We will now go into executive session and then we will adjourn after we come back out from that. We will be going into executive session 7.01 to consider the dismissal or disciplining of or to hear complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or agent unless he or she requests an open meeting. ORS 192.660 2B. I'd also like to just, if the staff would like to be dismissed at this time, you are welcome to. Thank you. Okay, we are now leaving executive session, ORS 192.660.
May I have a motion to vote to have John Sullivan's complaint against Shauna Schmerer, AJ Kimball, and Angela Cardis pass forward to our investigator?
Move that we pass it to the investigator.
Do I have a second? All in favor? Is this? Yeah. Okay. Because we don't have a quorum of people able to vote on this, we will have to postpone it to next meeting. No. March to the March meeting. They will postpone at the February meeting. Okay, we will have to postpone it to March. Here, okay. Yeah, I don't either. Oh, I guess. What, did you not hear any of it? And my thing wasn't working. The motion in our motion to move John Sullivan's complaint against the superintendent and AJ and Angela has to be postponed to March because AJ and Angela have to abstain from this vote, and we only have 3 board members able to vote, and we need a minimum of 4. We won't have new board members able to vote until the March meeting. You're welcome.
All right, we are back to regular session now, and may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.